Hey guys, good morning. It's the Swisher Homestead / Farm. How y'all doing today? I'm doing great. As y'all know, I got my test results back and I am good to go. I just got one more to do in October. I think it's the 10th or the 12th. I got to go back in and they're just going to go and do a little checkup, make sure, and if that's all good, I'm good to go. So at that point, guys, we have been working slowly and diligently on our tiny home, and as you'll see in this video, you'll see how much of a change it's made. Now, I will state this. By painting it, as you can see, it's not the same color as it was before. Amy will show you a picture over here about what it looked like before, and we'll get to see what it looks like now. Now, me and Junior have been working on this for a while. We finally got it done, and I'm very happy. I will also state this. Whatever you do, do not paint your home in a dark base color, including a red or a black. It will collect heat like you won't believe, and of course that's hey. It will collect heat like you won't believe. And we have noticed since we've repainted the tiny home, and we redid the whole tiny home, I redid trim and everything. I got a couple more pieces of trim I got to put on. You guys haven't seen that yet, but you'll also see us slowly working on the homestead, getting it painted and transferred over. Now, I also decided on the color type was just be a brilliant white, which is what it is, as you can see behind me, with a high gloss. And this is an oil-based paint. This is an exterior oil base, and it's what they use on the barns and on, you know, a lot of farm stuff on the outside because it lasts so long. And by having it painted this color, we should probably, I probably won't be here when it needs to be painted again. That's how long this stuff will last. Now, as you know, this is our temporary residency here on the homestead / farm. We are going to build a house. We've decided we'll start that in the spring of next year. I have some more work I have to get done over there. I got to pour some footers. You guys will get to see all that stuff come along. I got to have some crush and run drop there. I got to have some chert drop there, and I got to get it all packed in to get our base done before I can go ahead and start building the house. So I figure I'll probably get that done the next month, and then we'll transition after that's finished on building the house in the spring. The house in the spring is, we just can't wait. We're excited now that you notice no generator is awesome because we finally have peace and quiet. I mean, we wake up in the morning, we come out here and sit, we get to hear the birds and everything. It's great. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you all the stuff that we've been doing here on the homestead, on the tiny home, and how we made it our own little farmhouse. We're going with the same color contour as the tiny home as on the main house. It will all be done almost matching, except for the tiny home, or the house won't look like the tiny home. It'll be completely different. We have decided we're going with a barnuminium. But I'm going to build the barnuminium. We're not going to have them come out and structurally build it with, you know, like they have been. It's just way too costly. I figured out the wood cost. I figured out what my trusses are going to cost me. I mean, basically, for what you buy a barnuminium, I can build ours for half that cost. And it's crazy. You know, I mean, when they first started with these metal buildings came out, they were cheap, they were inexpensive, and everybody was just putting up barns just to, you know, either to hold their hay or to go ahead and have a shop for their tractors and their equipment and stuff to keep it out of the elements. But now that everybody's went to this barnuminium situation, these manufacturers have jacked their prices sky high, and it's to the point now where it costs more to build the barnuminium like that than building it as a standard stick frame home that you can build a barnuminium for half the cost. I'm also building it myself, so I'm saving a tremendous amount of money on labor. I am in absolutely no rush to get this thing done in six months to a year. So you're going to see probably a year and a half of building process of us finishing the exterior and drying it in and then working on the inside. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about the tiny home. Now, we did come up with a few ideas with the tiny home where we thought we would just take the tiny home, fix it up, and then move into our house and then sell the tiny home and have a barn built here. Right now, we're kind of thinking we're going to keep the tiny home for the simple fact is that we need a place for company to come and stay. Our barnuminium is not going to be a huge barnuminium. It's only going to be about 1,600 square feet. You know, we've got kids. We've got 5 kids, and you know, to have everybody crammed up in the house, you know, somebody will be the luxury of having the tiny home that they can stay in while everybody else is in the big house. So that'll probably be an argument and a fight. It's probably going to be the oldest person gets the tiny home and the youngest stays with the parents, like it's always been, you know. But yeah, so I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you what we've done. We've worked really hard on this. Painting this was kind of a feat because whenever you're painting over red, it's absolutely nuts. Now this thing has exactly 4 coats of paint on it, and when I painted it to red it had 2. So right now you're looking at 6 coats of paint total on this. I wish I would have painted this white a long time ago, but me and Amy were like, you know, we weren't really sure about the white look. We also built our own shutters for this, for the looks, the aesthetic looks of it, to make it look good. And you know, we've done a few other things. We put some trim at the bottom. I'll show you that. We've trimmed out around the pump house. You'll get to see all that here in the video, so stay tuned and we'll be back. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have got the tiny home done. Finally, it's all painted, trim work's all done. We built the shutters, and there will be a video coming with that so you can see how we build them. You can build them too. Very simple and easy, very inexpensive. I built all of these shutters for our place on what it would cost you just to buy 2 for 1 window. So, as you can see, we have a screen door we put on here. We also stained the deck the same colors we stained the land timbers and the garden area. Just come down and see how nice it looks. Now, we were here for roughly about 2 years, and I never painted the back because we had trees pretty damn close to it. But now that the trees are all gone, that's what it looks like now. Got all trimmed out, looking good. I am going to paint this bottom base right here. That'll all be black. But you got that with a lean-to that we put on the side of it. We painted all the trim. So all the trim work's done. Now you're going to see a glimpse of a picture. Now the generator in here, we can finish painting all this stuff and getting this stuff done. And that is what it looked like before. So is the red now. We did take some trim, and we trimmed out the tops on everything, and you can see that's our gas land piece of, I don't even want to get into that. That's another issue that they won't fix, that they won't take responsibility for, and I went through the loops with them. So this will probably be going here shortly. I don't think I'll ever buy a gas land again ever since this problem. We'll go into another thing about that, but so then of course, you know, I got my storage area. I store everything in there, and then you kind of, just to get the gist of it, you'll see we put that metal. Now that's the same metal that they use on the roofs. I had cut in 2-foot sections, and we went all the way around. And I also got a couple more pieces over there, and we're actually going to go completely around the tiny home, so it'll all be done like that and look good. Then you got this back side, that's our AC unit that we run right now. But with all in all, I mean, it was pretty easy. We also stained these the same colors we did the floor and the trim for the garden area, as you can see. But yeah, it worked out really good. It looks really good. It's really made a nice place for us. We're happy with it. We're content. I guess that's all that matters, right? So we do plan on finishing the coop, the runners for the coop. That's also going to be stained the same color as the garden. Everything's going to match. Everything's going to look good. You see the outhouse right there. The color of that used to be the color of the house, including the coop. We're going to leave those, and we're also going to paint the barn that we built for the sheep that same color. So, all right, so we got some more clips you guys are going to get to see, and then we're going to go on to that video of us building the shutters for half the cost. See, my pasture's coming in pretty good. Hey guys, Swisher Homestead here. How you doing? Hey, look, it's Dezmin. He's back from out of nowhere. You hadn't seen him in a while. He's been gone for about a year and a half. He's back now. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna build ourselves some shutters for our tiny home, because why buy them when you can build them cheaper, and they're very simple to build. You get to see everything done here. I have 4 windows I gotta do. Now if you have one of these that has a contour porch on it, I'm gonna make shutters for the smaller windows too. They won't be as wide, but they'll still be the shutters, same exact type, same kind of layout. Now as you can see, the tiny home doesn't look like it used to. Why? Me and Dezmin have spent the last 3 days painting it white to lighten it up and cool it down. I will never paint a tiny home ever again barnyard red and black, because the barnyard red sucks in so much heat and UV, it's unbelievable. We have a 90-degree difference on the paint, the outside of the paint, from the red to the white. So, well, let's get back to building this. Alright guys, so what we did, we've already cut our pieces of what we need for our slats, our down running slats. Now we're going to cut these to 1 foot long to put on our shutters. So we'll go ahead and measure this one off. I don't keep losing my pencil. Don't want the writing, you want to put that on the inside. Come down, measure off of 1 foot. Take your square, put your line across. I use the square as a guide for my saw. Line it up just right. All right. Got this one done. Over here. Need a couple more of these, 3 more to be exact for the window. Alright guys, so when you're making these shutters, you're going to need 24 of these, which are 1 foot cuts, and 24 of these, which are 3 foot cuts. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all cut, get this all stacked up, get us ready, and then you can watch us put them together. Alright guys, so we made a jig up to keep it straight and level. We used the level here, we got clamped down. We got all our pieces cut, and all I got to do is measure and make sure we keep the gaps of the thing, and find our center on our 3 foot. So half of 3 foot would be 2 foot, so we'll find our center on 2 foot. I'll move this over. We'll measure in 2 foot. These were 3 foot pieces, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm a dummy.
1.5.
I know. Alright, so Dezmin caught me and corrected me on it. Oh, what a dummy. I got my glasses on, I can barely see. Alright, so right here will be 18 inches will be our center on 3 foot. Measure another 18 inches. And we'll measure another 18 inches. Alright? Then we have to decide where we want these to go. How much do we want? So I'm thinking probably about 3 inches. That will give us 13. So 3 inches. So we want 3 inches off of this. So we'll measure 3 inches in here. Put a marker. Same here, a marker, same here, a marker. Alright, do the same at the bottom. We're measuring 3 inches. Then what we're going to do is we're going to measure from the 3 inch to the 3 inch and find our center. That'll be 30. 20 or 15 is 30, so you want to go down, it falls on 15. So that's exact center right there. Wish this bee would get away from me. So now what we're going to do is we know we need that to be there. Move that one up top. That'll give us our 3 inches. Make sure our gap is down there. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some, got me some Gorilla Glue. This is what I'm using, Gorilla Glue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze a little down there. We're going to get started. There we go. I'll take a little bit of Gorilla Glue. There. Need a lot. And we're going to set this down like this. Now I got my dividers in here. Just like that. Push these up, make sure it's level. Square it with a T-square. Alright? We're going to make sure that she's level. Right there. That's perfect. We'll press down. A little bit of that Gorilla Glue. Try not to get glue all over the place if you can. Less work that you'll have to do. Then we're going to start up the nail gun and I'm going to nail it together. Alright guys, so we're gonna do the backside. We're gonna pre-drill some holes. Don't be something perfect. Don't want to do is I'm gonna do this. This is just to make it a little bit more sturdy. On the backside you won't see it. It'll look more finished. Alright guys, so me and Dezmin got it built. These are going to be the shutters for the house. We got to stain them yet, but I think it's going to look pretty good. What do you think, Ames?
Yep.
Alright, she's happy with it. All we got to do is a lot more of these and stain them. But that's pretty much what it's going to look like. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yep, I like it.
Alright, well, back to work. Alright guys, so as you can see, Dezmin is finishing up the sanding of all the splintered edges. Kind of get them all down, and then we're going to stain them. Let them dry for 24 hours. And then me and Dezmin are going to hang them up. He's doing a great job. And you can do this too on your homestead. Make your own shutters. Don't go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy them. Make them. You know, I just got informed by Dezmin that they still have a wood shop. You believe that? A wood shop. At the high school he goes to. I can't believe it. I think that's absolutely awesome. They need that in every school now. Wood shop, metal shop, and small engine repair. I'm telling you, if they did that, we'd probably be a little better off than we are right now. So we got 2 of them. 12 more to go. 12 individuals. We got to make more. All right, guys. Well, guys, you got to see the video of us painting a tiny house. You got to see everything we've done. You got to see the shutter build. The shutter build. Like I said, I built these for the price. The whole entire house covered with those for the price that I would have paid for just 2. And that's including the stain of the time and everything. I mean, it was crazy. I wasn't going to pay their price they wanted for them. And they considered these as being custom ones. If you ordered them, they weren't like just the plain old black ones. You get plain old black ones for like 20 bucks a piece, but they're junk. They'll never last. These we stained and we did them all. You'll see in the video. You'll get to see how we put them together, what we used the spacers for it. I mean, it was a very, very simple build for us to do and very inexpensive. I mean, I was gonna pay. I think they wanted like $100 for the set done. I ain't paying $100 for the set done. You're crazy. I'm building in my homestead, and which in fact we did. So we got it done. It's so nice not having that generator, ain't it, guys? I apologize, and for all of you who have stuck around and had to listen to that thing, I apologize, but I hope you're happy now that we got rid of it, because it's so peaceful. I mean, you hear everything now. You hear rustling from the squirrels. You can hear the birds chirping, and I even hear sometimes we'll get that, I won't say pesky, but flyby birdie, that hummingbird we got. He's always fighting with another hummingbird for the food that he's got here, so. And he hasn't been back for a little while. I don't know why, but he hasn't. I think it's because I'm sitting here and he doesn't trust me. You know, I think that about do it for us today. Pretty mellow, as you can tell. I'm just kind of laid back and enjoying the day. Not having a generator kind of mellows you out, you know. Normally you're trying to hear and you can't listen. I mean, I don't hear my phone ring or nothing with that thing going. It's going to be so much more peaceful making these videos. All right, so get past all that. You guys got to see the remake. You guys got to see the improvements we made to it. This place looks phenomenal now. We are super happy with it. We are very content. It has dropped the heat index inside the tiny home by probably, I'd say, 30 to 40 degrees difference. And it doesn't get hot in there anymore. I mean, Amy was just out here complaining how cold it was inside. And I don't think in the 3 years that we've been out here she's ever said that to me, but she did today. All right, so videos coming up. Of course, we're going to have the house build and that's coming up. That'll be more towards the beginning of fall, or I mean beginning of spring. But we have Amy's greenhouse we got to finish, so stay tuned. You'll get to see us do the greenhouse. I have been waiting for some stuff we ordered to come in. It still hasn't come in yet. But there are some other things that need to be done to it before we can start that. I hope you guys enjoy it. The greenhouse is going to be amazing. As long as I can get all the stuff that I need, it'll be great. I mean, it will absolutely be great. Amy will love it because she'll have a greenhouse to go into. And we can grow more vegetables and get an earlier start than what we usually do. So we can do a lot more seedlings than buying plants already pre-grown. Past 2 years have been really hard, you know, with family issues, and then, you know, us just not having the financials to get it done because we were building a garden, you know, the garden area. That's another thing that's coming up. You guys get to see us finish our garden area. I got that coming up. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. But for right now, I guess that's all I got to show you. So just remember, tell your friends about us, hit the subscribe button, that like button, give us that thumbs up. We hope that the analytics will take this thing and run with us. It would be fantastic if it does. It would help us out quite a bit here on the homestead. But at that point, guys, God bless. Don't forget, family first. And hey, just have a great day. Bye.